actually quite simple. There are a lot of ways to make one, but this is the way I like to do it here. So let me start with the video here. I'm going to preview it by pressing the space bar on a Macintosh anyway. And I'm going to make the video size kind of smallish because we ultimately want to aim for a small thumbnail image size. To optimize for YouTube anyway, you want to make the file size under half a megabyte if you can. So think in the neighborhood of 200 to 300 kilobytes if you can, if not even less. So I'm previewing it here with my space bar, and I'm going to put the video where I want it to be. This one's about a window switch video, and I like it about there so people can see what it is. So there. So now I'm going to use my screen capture command, which is Command-Shift-4, and I'm going to marquee from the top left, click, hold, drag down to the bottom right, and I'm going to let go. I'm going to turn off my preview. I'm going to take my screen capture, and I'm going to paste the name of the file. That's important. This is a 2014 Nissan Frontier window switch. That's what we want it to say because that's going to help with the search engine optimization in YouTube too. So I'm going to open that image up in Photoshop. There are a lot of different graphics programs you can use. And then I'm going to actually, let me do a text box, and I'm going to paste in the name. And I am going to, let me move this over here so you can see it. I'm actually going to change the file size down to about, I don't know, 130 or so. Yeah, window switch. Let me go from bold to extra bold here. I like using Proxima Nova. It's a good standard font. And I'm going to go about 130 leading to tighten up the text a little bit. Maybe we'll go even a little bit less. So there, maybe even less. So let's use I'm using my roller wheel on my mouse, which makes this tighten up pretty easy. So I'm going to do 2014 Nissan Frontier on its own line and window switch on its own line. And you want the visual to be obvious to people what it is, so when they're looking for something, they can see it easily. You can change this to a fancy color like yellow, bright yellow, or blue or something. I kind of like the white, but what I'm going to do, go down to the effects on the bottom right, and you're just going to scroll down to drop shadow. It'll pop open a drop shadow. See, it makes it a little bit easier to see. Now, you can export this file, save as, or whatever, but I'm actually going to replicate. Bear with me, because it's kind of doubling up the effort, but it makes sense. I'm going to make it smaller. Not too small, but not too big either. Let's make it about there. And I'm going to take another screen grab, Command-Shift-4. And again, it's going to seem very repetitive, but it just saves you a lot of time of saving and all that nonsense. So I just did another screen grab. I'm going to drag that here. I'm going to close this. I'm not going to save it because remember, the exercise here is that it's going to be very quick. Okay, so I'm going to take this over here. I'm going to copy the file name that I had over here. I'm going to get rid of that image. I'm going to paste that file name inside of here. I'm actually going to name the video the same thing. That's the video that I'm going to upload to YouTube. And there it is. So there's the thumbnail that I'm going to upload on YouTube. And it took me approximately 40 seconds to do that. And let's take a look at the file size. And it's about 309 kilobytes. Now, we can make it smaller. We can actually take a screen grab of this. But I like keeping it somewhere between 200 and 500 kilobytes if possible. So I think this is good. We're good to go.